Hi, welcome back to Ultimate Closet. I'm Jennifer. Hope you guys are all doing well today. So, I have another awesome video. For me, it's awesome. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying these videos that I'm doing. But I'm getting all these ideas and, just want to bring them to life. So, come along with me. I have these two blouses that I am contemplating doing some addition to. So I have this one, and then I have this one. This one had a faux leather on the front, and after washing, it started stripping and everything. So I still have some pieces that I need to take off there, but I, started taking that off. So I have a piece of fabric, this sheer piece of fabric. I went ahead and cut it, and I'm thinking I probably cut it too short, but I'm gonna make it work. But I have this piece and this piece here that I bought from a fabric store the other day. Initially, I wanted to make a throw over, but then I thought about doing something a little bit different. So wait for it. Get your top and cut out your piece of fabric. Okay, and you want to cut it wide enough to where when it's gathered this way, because I'm going to put some gathers, it will have that look, where it flows at the bottom of this. So I'm gonna go to the machine, and I'm gonna start with this one first. So there are two ways that you can do your gather on your fabric. You can either use a needle and thread and run the gathers through it and pull the thread, but I am going to use my sewing machine. Okay, and so I have the presser foot on top of the fabric here, and I am selecting the widest stitch possible on the sewing machine. All right, so I'm going the full length of the fabric, and I have that extra thread. Oops. Extra thread where I can pull the fabric. Then my next step is to pull the thread through the fabric, and I'm going to do that in order to make some gathers. Let me stop for a second, because I need to do it to the width of the top. And you can do this two ways too. You can use a tape measure, or you can just, measure it, lay it flat here and measure it out here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do my gathering. And don't pull it too hard, because you can break your thread, and that won't give you the flow that you need to do your gathers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and then move on to the next step. All right, so you can do this two ways also. You can pin, or you can do a basting around the both garments to keep them together before you sew with the sewing machine. Or you can just kind of wing it and start sewing. What I wanted to do is to leave an opening in the front here, and so I am going to start my stitching and turn this on the inside here and do a flat stitch when I'm done. So as you can see, these two raw edges here, I'm going to be turning these in when I'm sewing. So I will be using a chalk to make the marking in the front. That's where I'll start. And I'll also make a marking in the back of the fabric of the garment as a guide. So I am holding both my garments together. So I have the top part of the skirt piece to it, and then I have the t-shirt part. I have them holding together and just sewing the top of the skirting and the bottom of the shirt to get them attached. And when sewing this together, you know, you really gotta be patient, take your time, and do it a little at a time so you can get the, you know, the stitch neat. So you can see how right here looks, you know, so yeah. You wanna just take your time and go around the circumference of the fabric and the top you're sewing on top. And if you get to the point where like it looks like there is no gathers, you can always do a little bit of maneuvering and get your gathers kind of flowing. The next thing I'm doing is to give a flat stitch on the edge of the fabric, and I'm going to do this on the side, the opening in the front, also on the hem part here at the bottom of the piece that I added to the blouse. Okay, this is the finished look, and like I was saying, what I did was to sew this onto the tail of the blouse and left a little opening in the front. Put some boots on, some tights, and it's, you know, just a cover up kind of thing, but it's actually now attached to the top. And the top is a little distressed, but of course, you know, you can take something old and make it look new. Add the jewelry here, these earrings, kind of matches the fabric, this sheer piece of fabric here. If I had more time, I would go back in and make this a little more full around the skirt part here, but for right now it's okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of adjustment to it, but you guys got the concept, right? All right, so let me know what you think. I'm just you know, getting these ideas, throwing them out there, and you guys can play around with your alterations, you know, if you sew or anything like that, or if you want to learn to sew, you know, there are so many tutorials out there, and you can drop it in the comments and let me know if you are you know, if you want to learn how to sew. Next video, I did have, oh wait a minute, I did have the other blouse, but I will do that off camera and see what it looks like, and if I need to do any adjustment to it, you know, I'll do that for the next video or future video. Doesn't have to be the next, future video, fine. All right, well, guys so much for watching, and please comment. Let me know how I'm doing with this channel, if I'm making any sense with the alterations, if it's something that you're picking up. I'm giving you ideas. And I did send out a post just saying that I wanted to see if anyone was interested in getting any of the duster bags, but I'll check you know, maybe tomorrow or so, just to see if there was any response. All right, but you guys take care and stay blessed, and you'll see me on the next video. Bye.